Hey y'all, it's good to see you. uh you two people in the chat. Look, I'm not gonna be on here too long. I ended up doing more today than I was supposed to, and that's why I was late. So I do apologize for my tardiness. Yeah, I just be having a lot of stuff going on at one time. And so I'm here today. I'm just doing my you're curious, CKJ. You're always curious, but it's nothing too deep to think about. It is what it is. You never burn your bridges. You may need to cross back over. Hey Chicky D, hey CKJ, what's up, free thinkers? Hey Watermelon, what's good? Yeah, it's real simple. And most people, and I would say in my little short lifetime, hey Gary, in my little short lifetime, hey Don, what's good? I had my brother-in-law, like I told you guys who've ever listened to my some of my story. Um, and I'm walking and moving with my laptop because for some apparent reason, StreamYard will not accept Android anymore. It's crazy. Um, Sorry guys, I guess for some apparent reason, StreamYard wants to be retarded. I guess they heard me talking about them, so they cut my system off. But anyway, um, I had my brother-in-law. He always used to tell me, Selena, you gotta be careful with what you're doing. Hold on, I'm plugging it in over here in my dining room. You have to be really careful how you treat people because, hey, Joshua, what's good? Because you never know when you might need a person. And it's the old stand that older people used to say. They say, never burn the bridges. You may need to cross back over. And that's really the God honest truth because some of the stuff that you do, that might be the very person, or maybe somebody has did something to you and you might be the very person that helps them. And that's what life is. Life happens that way, and it's done. I think it's done really strategic when things like that happen. Whether you wrong someone or someone's wronged you, you might need them in the future. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's just been some situations on here and just in my personal life, it is some people I couldn't the love of God would have to be in my heart for me to actually help them. Like it would have to be God himself to touch my heart and say help this person. Hey Shakira, what's good? Because sometimes I feel like people are not worth the salt on their back. Have y'all ever heard that? um Sometimes people are not a waste of your time, and then those be the very same people down the road. They can't see it now, but down the road they may need to ask you something. They may need you to do something for them, and only you can do it. That's why I said be careful how you treat people. Joshua says, I live in New York shelter last month, October the 7th. I'm homeless, so that I look for a new place soon as possible. I pray hard and move fast. Yeah, I'll be praying for you too, Joshua, because like I said, say, hey CC, we some of us have been in that same situation. Might not be the identical situation, but sometimes people have struggled with finding a place to stay and they have to live with other people, and that's another thing. When you don't treat people the way you need to be treated, sometimes some people won't even help you because they remember, and I'm not talking about you, Joshua, I'm just saying in general, you have to be careful how you treat people because those are the same people that might help you. You know how you may think somebody else that's really close to you, like a close friend or somebody that you really rock with, and then when you ask them for help, they said, "Well, I really don't like people staying with me, but how long are you trying to stay?" Then you say, "Oh, well, maybe a week or two, until I can kind of find, another. Hey, world, why? What's good? Um, another, place to stay or any type of shelter or anything, I can maybe go somewhere else or get in a program." And they say, "Well, I'll give you a week." Then they think about it. They come back and they think about it and they say, "Well, I'm gonna need you gone by tomorrow." You're like, "Well, I thought you said you was gonna give me a week or two." No, I think it's best you go ahead and find you a place to, find somewhere else. And that was a person that you actually thought that would help you. And that person didn't help you. But then it was a person that you didn't even think about. And that person, you asked that person, and that person said, "You know what? I understand where you're coming from." Or if they don't understand where you're coming from, they don't mind. Hey, Tamika, they don't mind helping you. And they'll go ahead and say, "You know what? I'll give you 2 months, 3 months, the max, to get yourself together so you can find your own place, or either find a program or something. And I'm going to give you that time, and you don't have to pay me any rent." See, that was the situation that I was once in. I was in a situation where I left my dad's house trying to live on my own because me and him weren't getting along at the time. And I need to get away. I needed to get away. And I have a whole bunch of relatives. So I went from place to place until it was one cousin that said, "You know what? I see you're a young lady. You're trying. You're going to school. You're working." Because at the time I was going to school full time and I was working part time. And she said, "I will help you." And when she did that for me, I was able to get out on my own. But it took some time, but it happened. Hey, realist, what's good? So just don't give up, Joshua, because just like you are going through something, you're going to be an example to somebody else that is going through what you've been through, and you'll be able to encourage them, to tell them, "Hey, I have been what you've been through, but don't give up." And you also give them the advice to treat people like you want to be treated, because you never know where your blessing is coming from. Your blessing could be coming from a person you don't even know. Because to be honest with you, sometimes the people that really know you, or supposedly supposed to know you, won't help you, or they'll help you very little. So sometimes the people that are not related to you or that are not close to you will be the ones to help you. But it's all about treating people like you want to be treated, because you don't know who's going to bless you. So, Joshua, don't give up. Keep going and doing what you need to do. I'll be praying for you, and you have other people praying for you. Do not give up. Do not give up. That's the worst thing you could do. But back to what I was talking about, and that has something to do also with treating people right, because you just never know when you might have to cross back over to a person. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, had I had a bad reputation with my cousin and not been always polite to her, always been respectful to her, do you think that she would have really helped me? She may have, because she's a nice person, but she may not. So when I had started, kind of being on here, I started learning how this YouTube is a game. Like I told y'all long this what, couple of months ago or a month ago, this is like the Game of the Thrones. Even though it is real and it's happening to people in real time, we got all types of things going on, all types of characters. That goes back to that live. I said YouTube is like a soap opera. I said it's YouTube and the Restless. What's up, Miss Feline? What's good? It's like YouTube and the restless. All types of storylines, all types of things people are doing and saying to other people. And because of what? To make them, to get clicks and views, to make themselves look better, to make themselves feel better about their raggedy, miserable life. I've had so many situations on here to where some people, like I told you before, it would take God Himself to help me to help a person, especially a person that betrayed you, a person that called you fake when they the fakest person that you've ever met. And you have to learn how to, I would say, sometimes I don't care what nobody say. Forgiveness is not hard. Is oh no, forgiveness is very hard. It's very challenging for me. It's very challenging for me, because to me, I feel like I want to go back to the Old Testament where it said eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You know, to be and this is the Selena Chronicles. So this is basically just me talking. So if y'all find something more entertaining, y'all can excuse yourself. But if you do find it somewhat entertaining, you can stick around. But you find yourself dealing with people that are pointing fingers at you when they are projecting, because the person that they really are is who they're talking about you to be, if that makes sense. Basically, the person that they're saying that you are is really them. Ain't that some shit? That is really something. And human beings, not just other people, but I've done it too. I've done a lot of projecting. But one thing about me, I'll come back and say, well, yeah, I lied about that. Or, oh, yeah, I was wrong about that. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have did that. But how many people actually go back and have self-awareness about what they do? Right, CC. How many people do you think in your personal life, on YouTube, how many people do you really think have self-awareness, including yourself? Not too many. Not too many, because we're all pointing the finger at each other. No one looks at themselves and say, well, maybe I missed the mark on this, or maybe I lied on that, or maybe I shouldn't have said or done this. It makes you wonder, what in the hell do people be thinking about? They're so busy pointing the fingers at other people, and really they need to be pointing the fingers at themselves. I'm just saying, you know, um, I've been on this app, well, since 2013, right? Yes, please bless me with a cash app, or bless me with a membership, or a like. Please press the like button. Please press the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I've been on here since 2013. I didn't start tippity typing until 2000, and I believe 20 or 21. So it was somewhere in between that time that I actually was just tippity typing in the chats, and I started to get to know people. Well, not really know people, but start to kind of conversate with people in the chat. So you get familiar with people, and I'm not going through the same story again. So because that's a waste of your time and mine. But as I tippity typed, hey, Rare Money, what's up, Liz? As I tippity typed in the chat, I started to really see people that I thought I liked, and people that, I would be like, oh, I can actually have a conversation with them in the chat. And you go tippity typing, you get to start getting to know people. Then maybe a few people behind the scenes, content creators, because you support them, you get to know them. Let me tell you, not all, not all, but some of the times, hey, Miss Regina, you behaving yourself, girl. You know what? I might want you up here. I got some questions. Miss Regina, I got some questions for you, girl. When you get some time, I want you to come up here. But I want to know, that is like, well, to me, I think sometimes that's the worst thing anybody can do. Like, well, one of the worst things, because there's some content creators, they are actually really cool people. And they treat people like they want to be treated. But you'll meet some people that you're like, I regret the day that I even came to your chat. I regret the day that I said, I support you. Oh, okay. Work me into your schedule. You are interesting. Let me let me put this in the chat because I'm just curious. But I always feel like you have to treat people like you want to be treated. Because you never know when you might need people. That's something that I have learned at an early age. And it has kept me and it will continue to, because I'm gonna, it teaches you how to see human beings, how to see yourself. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that is we all have flaws, we all have faults. So when I first come to you, I'm gonna come to you in respect. I'm gonna come to you cordially. But then after I kind of see your true colors, then my views, my attitude might change towards you. You know what I'm saying? So I can't worry about those people. But for the most part, I want to treat people like I want to be treated. So and it's not just because if I need something in return, because I try not to be an opportunist because it's too many of those out here. It's too many opportunists, right? You can hit the link, Miss Regina, and it's too many opportunities. So when you try to actually be nice to people, do it because you're not thinking in the back of your head, I might need this person in the future. Do it because you actually want it to happen. You want it to be reciprocal back to you. You know what I'm saying? Do it then. Don't do it just because you know that in the future I might need something from this person. Just do it because it's right. You know what I'm saying? And some of the times you will find people, they can't do right to save their life, but they got their fingers pointing at other people. Oh, you can't today? Well, I'm gonna put something in. Um, I'll probably do a live and I'll at you. So when I at you, hopefully you'll see it. Okay, because I'm very interested in what's going on with, because I also I seen Mob Only Uncut. Shout out to Mob Only Uncut. He's one of my favorite people. He had Cream Regina. I didn't even know you did a live the other day when you had you were talking about some kooks. That's what in your words, not in my that's not what I meant, but you were talking about a few people on there, and it was, I mean, the chat was booming. It was a lot of people in there, and people haven't been in Mob's chat like that in a while. So it was good to see that actually people were coming over there to see, I guess, the reaction of her live. And that's kind of what I wanted to ask her about. Um yeah, that's what I want to ask her about. So, but to go back to what I was saying, you just have to really, and I'm putting the link in the chat so anybody want to come up, because this is just an open discussion about how we treat other people, how we deal with other people. Do we really care how we treat folks now in this day and time? Do we really care? Or just people are just they just like, um hey young Riaz, they're just like like a wall. Like, do we really see people as human beings? Is basically what I'm trying to say. I don't think so. Not like people used to. No, 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 no. I don't see it. I don't see it. I could be wrong, but I don't see it. We are the most nastiest, vile people to each other. We'll lie on people. We'll say all types of bad things about it. Right, D. This world is so shallow. And you have to kind of keep yourself from getting that way, because if you don't, you're going to be just as shallow as other people. There's things in my life I have to catch myself, because I see, at one point I was kind of like, okay, I feel like I'm going down a path of no return. So let me come back. And that's only when I'm angry. I kind of feel like that. I'm feeling like I could be one of those content creators that could just pop off at any little thing. Hey, be encouraged. What's up, Gartrell? I felt like that at one point, and then something kind of pulls me back. It pulls me back to, no, this is not your purpose. This is not what you're supposed to be doing. It's okay to be angry sometimes, because that's normal. What is not okay is to keep staying there and keep bleeding out on other people. That's not okay. And everybody that come in your chat, if it's something that you don't understand what they saying, and you, hey, double speaks, and you read it wrong, you popping off on people. Gartrell, what the hell are you saying? What the hell you mean? You better address me, right? I'm just using Gartrell as an example. Just going off on people. Now I have that kind of issue when I'm driving, because I do struggle with a little bit of road rage. But just to be popping off at people in the chats, popping off at people at the restaurant. You didn't fix my chicken right. What the hell wrong with you? You know, you got an anger problem. You need some help. You need some help. You have forgotten that a person in front of you is a human just like you. So if that person get upset and say stuff, they really gonna react just like you would have reacted. What the hell you talking about? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Some of us, nigga, I don't know you. You talking to me like you crazy. Some people don't care. They be at restaurants, and I remember, y'all, I'm telling y'all, story time. I'm telling when I used to work at this vitamin store, and it was this lady, Asian lady, that would come in there all the time harassing me. And she knew without a shadow of a doubt that I did not want to wait on her, because she was a rude, she was snobbish. She thought she was better than me. I could tell it. And then she was married to a white man. So she and no offense to anybody white, but sometimes when you have other ethnic groups that marry Caucasians, sometimes they can think that, they can kind of look down on other people. Sometimes, not all. So let me say not all again. So, but this one here, I knew in particular, she just didn't like me, and she knew I didn't want to wait on her. And here I go. Look at this hoe. What she want now? And I'm trying to put on the smile, but I can't. And see, when people call me fake, I'm like, I know you lying, because guess what? If I don't like you, I don't like you. I ain't gonna be, hi, how are you? And I'm thinking to myself, I can't stand that bitch. No, I'm not like that. I'm trying to change my face, so when I see you, I'm like, hello, how can I help you? But I'm thinking to myself, let me hurry up and help this bitch so she can get out of my face. That's what I'm really thinking. And if they can read my face, they probably have picked that up as well. So that makes me the rudest customer service person ever. So anyway, she comes up and she's like, I need your help. I said, yes, ma'am. How can I help you? And she was like, I need to know what this is and what that is. And I said, okay. And I explained to her what certain products were. And I'm trying to be professional and all this kind of stuff. And then she just kept on. I'm like, look, lady, I'm going to have to get a manager. This is when the other person is about to come out, but I'm trying to keep it under wrap. I'm like, look, I'm going to have to get a manager for you, ma'am. I said, I'm trying to help you, but you're trying to tell me what a product is when you're asking me what the product is. So if you want to know what the product is and you don't know, the wisest thing would be for you to listen to what I'm saying. And so I'm trying to keep calm, but I know I know I'm going in the wrong direction because I'm going in the direction to where she's going to go to my manager and report me for being rude. So I said, "Look, ma'am, I'm sorry. Let me just tone down, but I'm trying to help you. Okay? I don't want your help. I want your manager." I'm like, "Fine, you bitch." And that's what I was thinking in my head. And so I walked off and I told my manager what was going on. And she's like, "Selena, I got it. Don't worry about it. I know she kind of gives you a hard time." So she helps the lady. And of course, the lady's looking at me, pointing her finger. "That lady is rude. Every time I come in here, she's so rude." And I'm like, "Oh, bitch, you don't really want South Oak Cliff to come out. I'm really trying to keep it under wraps. Jesus help me." You know what I'm saying? So I said, "Okay, because I have been taught to treat people like you want to be treated, right? So I've been taught that. So I really be trying to work with people, but people, when you are too nice or you try to be nice, people take that and they run with it. Like they will do stuff over and over again to piss you off. You're like, "Look, I'm trying to ignore you. I'm trying to stay on my path. I'm trying to do me." And here you are over here keep poking the bear. Like what is with these people that keep poking a freaking bear? Like you need to really be happy that I pray for some of you folks. Because some of you folks, I want to catch a flight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about in real life though. So you kind of deal with that and you kind of learn, okay, especially when you're working in a professional field, I mean, professional and not so professional. Like if you're just working in customer service, they have a rule: customers are always right. I don't agree with it, but it is what it is, right? So when you working in customer service, you definitely have to go beyond treating people the way, well, to me, you have to really focus on that, treating people like you want to be treated. And sometimes you have to go beyond that and you have to do extra because you know that they're the customer and the motto is customers are always right. You know what I'm saying? But since I'm not working in customer service anymore, and I'm kind of doing customer service, if you're an educator, you're still doing some type of customer service to your kids, to their parents. So you're still doing some type of customer service. So I believe, and I really thought once I graduated from college, I was going to get away from customer service and I didn't have to deal with customer. But customer service is every part of y'all life. It's every part of your life. To me, y'all are some of my customers. Even though y'all my subscribers and supporters, y'all are my customers too. So if I'm talking a whole bunch of trash, if I'm not making sense to people and I'm just doing all kind of weird, crazy stuff, you're going to unsubscribe. I'm not going to have your support. Right? So that's just, what I've learned. Like I said, have I gotten there? Absolutely not. I am still a work in progress. And those people that have made it, hey, good for you. I'm not there. I'm not there. Okay. So I'm getting there. And yes, really, you do have to, when you're dealing with people, to check your attitude at the door because there will be somebody's that will irritate the hell out of you. And you have to remember to treat people like you want to be treated. You really do, because you have to understand you just may never know. You might need that person. You might need a referral from that person. Or what if the job that you're planning on going into in the future, you see that person and that person is interviewing you for the job? That person is going to remember the experiences that they had with you. Now, like I said, do some situations like the situation I was in, some people just rude and evil and hateful and They just be doing stuff to piss you off. But I'm talking about just somebody that may be a little challenging, but that you might see that person, and that person is interviewing you for that exact job that you really been wanting and praying for. And that person has basically your future in their hand at that job to get that job, basically. So I have learned at a young age, and I would say 17, when my brother-in-law would tell me, never burn bridges, never burn bridges. And that stuck in my mind. Thank you, Miss Feline. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. That stuck in my mind so many times when I wanted to react in a negative way, or when I wanted to do something or say something. Have y'all ever had an issue with a family member? Now, you know good and well that family member was wrong, because you ain't never wrong. I got a sister. Oh my God. I love her to Reese's Pieces, but I have a sister that gets on my last everlasting nerves. And she's one of those people, she always has to be right. And this time I was actually right, but I wasn't calling her. She was going to have to call me. So anyway, I go through a situation to where that day I had a lot going on, and I don't know what I did with my keys. Then I'm looking around, checking my coat pocket, checking my purse, checking my backpack. And what do you know? My keys are in the car. I left my keys in the car, right? My sister is the only one of my sisters is the only one that has my keys, my car keys. I hated the fact because we had a disagreement, a big disagreement. And I hated the fact that I'm going to have to call her, or at the time I didn't have AAA. So I said, I'm going to have to call her. I don't want to, and I'm trying to find a way where I don't have to call her. So I had to remember, oh, well, maybe I can get somebody else to come and maybe see if they can get my keys if because I had the window down a little bit. So I said, well, maybe I can get a coat hanger and get someone to get my keys, like a man or something that knows how to do it. So I had a guy at my work to do it, and he kept trying to get it, and it just wouldn't, he just couldn't get it out. So I was like, damn. I said, I'm gonna have to call my sister. I said, God dog. I was so mad. So I ended up calling her, and she ended up answering the phone. And I was like, hello. And she was like, oh, hi. Hey, Arabia. And I was like, I locked my keys up in the car, and I need you to come and thank you, Arabia. I appreciate that. I need you to come and get my key, help me, bring my other keys so I can get my keys out the car. And she was like, okay. So my sister came on, and, basically we talked it out. But had I really said all of the ugly things that I really wanted to say, I don't know if, hey, Garrick, what's good? Oh, I got what you sent me. I'll touch bases with you. And I was like thankful that I didn't say things that I can't take back and really regret. We just, like I said, we just had a disagreement, but it wasn't nothing me cussing her out, calling her out a name or anything. But I'm saying if I would have did that, I'm pretty sure she would have came, but she would have been very reluctant to come. You know what I'm saying? But had it been somebody else, they might not would have, to come and help me out. Had it been maybe a guy I was dating, or maybe ex-friend, or, you know, at the time I was having issues with, they might wouldn't have helped me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's really, you really just have to make sure that if you do burn a bridge down, because some people you do need to burn a bridge down because they're not worth going back to. That's another thing. You do got some people that you need to burn that mother sucker down. Put some gasoline all up through that. Because some relationships need to be severed. They need to be destroyed. They're not worth you going back into it. But there is some relationships that you do want to keep an open door to. Because sometimes just because you have disagreements with people and you don't see eye to eye on certain things, that doesn't mean that that person needs to be away or torn away from your life, or, you know, burned away from your life. It depends on the person. It depends on the situation. Keeping my face card clean. Okay. Yeah. It depends on the situation, because some relationships, you don't even need to get back into it. It's not worth your time and it needs to be destroyed. Only you know the difference on what is worth getting rid of and what is worth keeping. Hey, Bevins, what's good? Good to see you. I have the link in the chat if anybody would like to come up. Gary and, you know, Rare Money, y'all always have something good to say. Bevins, you said you was coming up here one day. But, you know, whoever would like to talk about it, you are more than welcome. Like I said, this was just a discussion. Once you cross the line with me, it's a wrap. Right. For some people, I'm going to be honest with you. For some people, it is. I'm just going to be honest. That's why I said sometimes you do need to burn that motherfucker down. Because some bridges don't need to be crossed back over. Only you know when you want to cross back over and when you want to leave it as it is. Burnt to toast. So I just learned sometimes, especially on YouTube, it's a wrap for me. I'm cool on you. If I don't really rock with you and you have done things over and over again and you continue to, it's a wrap for me. I don't want no reconciliation. I don't want to cross no bridge back over to you. I don't want to have no discussion. It is a wrap. Just like Bevan said, it is a wrap for me. I'm cool on you. I don't want any attachments. And at first, you know, I was gonna do a reaction to Empress Lonnie One Love's video that y'all saw last night when she was talking about Louis. And that's one of those people that those that bridge definitely is burnt, and I don't ever want to cross that bridge over, because some people are just not worth your time. They're not worth the salt on their back. And to have a conversation with them is a waste. So when she was talking about that particular person, I was gonna do a reaction of it, but then I thought about it. I'm like, nah, what's the point? She said everything I was thinking and more. Um, Sometimes you have to, even on here, be careful how you treat people and make sure that you have all the accurate information and not go by your paranoia. A lot of times you have folks on here that go by paranoia instead of what is actually really the truth. And that's where misunderstandings happen. And when misunderstandings happen, you know, people want to act like you being fake or you being this or being that. And it's basically sometimes it can be a misunderstanding. And it could be I would say a negative way of how the other person is looking at it, because they are so paranoid and they are so self-centered that they think that everybody's out to get them. Sometimes folks call themselves talking ish out and putting things to the side to reconcile. But now it's some ish we can't come back from. Right. That's why I say some of them bridges definitely need to be burnt and toasted. We not crossing that bridge back over. And when I was gonna do that reaction, I thought about, I said, nah, it'd probably be more trouble than I really want to deal with. And on top of that, um, on top of that, what else did I think about that? I was just like, I don't really give a F. I really don't. It's some people on here, I would have to really pray if they caught on fire, would I even try to go get some water? What I mean, really, would I actually, with my Bible toting self, would I actually put some water on them if they were burning? I don't know. It's pretty interesting. I had to ask my question that, and to this day, I'm like, I don't know. But you say it shouldn't be that deep. This is just YouTube. It shouldn't be. But behind all these avatars is real people and real feelings. And especially if you the butt of the joke. Yeah, I got a problem with that. But then I kind of learned too that some things is just not worth talking about. Some things is just not worth getting upset and getting your panties all in a bunch. Some things ain't worth it. You find out that these people really behind these computer screens and phones, they just as empty and crazy. And they got more going on in their life, but they want to say they all good and they got it all together. And they full of shit. I'm not going to ever tell you I got it all together. I ain't going to ever tell you I'm rolling around in a BMW and I got a 6-figure salary and yeah, I got all this going on for myself. I'm making big moves and all this. I'm not gonna ever say, hey Carl, what's good? I'm not gonna ever say that. Now some people get on here and lie and blah 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 and say I'm monetizing real life. And I'm monetizing real life because guess what? I work every day. I work every day. And I'm not on here begging people for cash apps either. But if you want to give it, I sure ain't gonna stop you. How about that? Like I said, I was gonna do it, but I thought about it. I said, no, sometimes you can't give the enemy more ammunition. You gotta think smart. You can't keep wasting your time with addressing foolish people that think they right anyway and dead wrong. They right is wrong and they wrong is right. So when you got people already putting putting two shoes on the wrong feet, what's the point of trying to explain to them or make them see what you're saying? I didn't pass gas today, but I did pass gas today. What kind of question is that, Bevin? Hey, Meek, what's good? I did pass gas today. Did you? Yeah. But I just feel, to me it's kind of like sometimes it is some bridges I don't ever want to cross back over again. And I will destroy that motherfucker. That really, because some of these folks ain't worth your time or energy or tears or high blood pressure or you about to have a heart attack because you so mad and you going off cussing and fussing. Gary say, Some people in this sector, I think they are above an apology and won't be held accountable for none of their actions. Some people are. Some people are. That's why I talk about people always uh that's why I always talk about people always pointing the finger at everybody and they projecting to really the person that they're talking about is really them. But and that's why I say, yeah, hollering and foaming at the mouth. Looking all crazy. Your vein in your neck about to bust because you screaming. I'm like, these people here, please. I say every time. It is some when my brother-in-law used to tell me, don't burn your bridges, I always rebuttal. It's some bridges you definitely need to burn. Oh my God, because some people ain't worth your time. Bevan said, now I know you real. Yeah, I know. Don't let this cute face fool you. I will fart in a minute, but I ain't gonna do it around other people. I'll try to just walk away, like go somewhere far where people can't smell it. That's so gross, but it's true. Yeah, let's just be honest. Come on now. Because we all do it. It's a bodily function. As a lady, I don't usually talk about it, but since you asked the question, I went ahead and appeased you. So, but yeah, like I said, this is Selena Chronicles. This is just something that I've learned. Like I said, it's some bridges you don't want to burn, but it's definitely some bridges you need to burn and let them stay burned, and don't ever try to cross back over. That would be the worst mistake, to invite again someone that is a total serpent, not a snake, but a serpent. Serpent sounds more dangerous than a snake. Most definitely a lot of projection and deflection in this sector. Right. Right. Everybody forgot your foot at the store. Somebody stank. What? Girl, you crazy. But yeah, I wasn't gonna hold you too long because I gotta get back out here. I thought I was gonna I was already a few minutes late, but I'm pretty interested at how you guys, hey Lon Lon, I'm pretty interested in how you guys think about some things. And if y'all, hey DJ, what's good? And how y'all kind of feel about um do y'all really burn bridges? And if you do, is there some bridges that you would cross back over and some bridges that you wouldn't? You know what I'm saying? I think that's a good question to ask anybody. But I tell you, some of these Negroes on here, that's a bridge that has been burnt. I don't ever want to cross it no more. Goodbye. Good riddance. If I don't ever see you, there will be a blessing in my life. If I don't ever have to hear your voice, there will be also another blessing. Unfortunately, like I said, I'm not gonna wish death on anybody. That's crazy. But I definitely would be happy if I never had to hear a person's voice. That's why I say do not recommend, because a lot of times my spirit cannot take the hypocrisy, the lies, the rhetoric, the ongoing bullshit. Like my spirit gets vexed. It gets vexed real quick and it makes me irritable. And I don't like the person that I am when I'm angry. But that is an extension of me. And all of us have it. Like I said, when I get mad, it's some crosses I don't care about burning, because you don't really piss me off to the fullest extent. And you can get anything I got. And that means you can get a good ass whooping, you can get a good cussing out, you can get anything you need to get. I will give it to you when I'm mad. Hey, daughters of Zion. So I'm trying to learn um how to be a little bit more humble. You know what I'm saying? Cause see, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna be totally honest with you on this. I'm much nicer on here than I am in real life. In real life, I I well, Gary, you if you're on Android, it's not gonna work. Android has a bug that is causing echoes. So you have to wear headphones to avoid the echo. That's what StreamYard is saying to me. So if you're on an Android, it's not going to work unless you have headphones. I don't know why. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm much nicer on here than I am in real life. That's why I say when people say, "Oh, you're so sweet," yes, I try to be sweet because I know, because so many have underrated me or judged me to be this little quiet pushover that just likes to flirt. Um, that's that's why when I do get upset, I really have to pull myself back into reality, because this is YouTube. This is an app. So it's not like I see these people in real life. At least I hope not to. And if I do, they're definitely going to meet the real Selena, the real, the real Selena when I see them. But sometimes people underestimate you because of how you seem to be, or how they perceive you, or how you look, or how you may come across. And it's like, that's the worst mistake you could ever do. I'm a person, I like to reconcile with people that actually see that we can reconcile, that we actually both understand that maybe we had a misunderstanding. We both may take accountability and we move on. But it's just some people that if you met them real life and on YouTube, it's not even worth you having a conversation with them. It's not worth it. Because guess what? At the end of the day, they're not really sorry about what they said or did to you. And they'll never take accountability for what they did wrong. So, what is the point for having a conversation? And I had to learn that the hard way. I had to learn the hard way that some of these folks ain't worth your time. They're not worth your energy. They're not worth anything. And that's when I have to just maybe not respond or walk away from the situation. And that's how I see um me turning the other cheek. Turning the other cheek, I don't think it's literally as let somebody slap you one time and then turn around, let them slap you on the other side. I think it's basically just walking away from confrontations or anything that you feel like is more damaging to you as a person. That's what I see it as. But the Bible is left for open interpretation on some things. With that voice cursing me out might turn me on. Bevins, you're a freak. Bevins, don't let me find out you a freak, boy. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know, because sometimes I can get mad at some, like, in the past, and some guys, they like that. They be like, oh, that's sexy as hell. Right. Selena, I'm telling you, they are not worth getting close to. That's why when people tell you protect your energy, it's basically saying guard your heart. Don't let everybody get that close to you in your intimate space. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad, and I'm be totally honest. I'm glad that I have a open communication. This is, I'm not saying Lonnie is perfect, but I have an open communication with her. So if there was something that happened, I can be able to go to Lonnie and we can talk about it, right? The same thing with a few others that's in here that I talk to behind the scenes. And one thing that happened like months ago, this guy, I, this I want to call him so many names, but again, some people not worth your energy. But this guy had said something in the chat and said that, oh yeah, I can't wait till they start going at each other because Selena was talking about Lonnie behind her back. First of all, mofo, you a lie. And I said, okay, this nigga just sitting up here, he trying to set up something. So I reached Lonnie behind the scenes and I said, I don't know if you seen this or heard this, but this person said this particular thing. This never happened. I was talking about a content creator, but it wasn't Lonnie. That was very clear that I made that very clear. I was talking about this woman, not this woman, right? So he tried to turn it around as if I was talking about Lonnie. So when I reached Lonnie behind the scenes, she did not see it or hear about it. So I said, let me nip this in the bud and let her know what is going on, just in case it may travel back to her. And I said, number one, I'm the type of person, I'm not scary. So if I said something about somebody, I will be woman enough to say I said it. Hey, Angelo, what's good? And I said, this is what I said about this person, but this person is trying to turn it around as if I said it about you to start confusion. Lonnie said, I already know. So then Lonnie does a live. And then she said, so what if Selena talking about him? I was like, oh shit, what in the hell? But then when I listened to the live, she was basically saying some of the same people that saying somebody else talking about somebody, they always talking about not only her, but everybody else. So you got to consider, basically, she considered the source that it was coming from. And had Lonnie not been in the right state of mind or had the right type of understanding, she would have took whatever that lie that person said. Hey, Angelo, Big Red, what's good? She would have took it and ran with it. And not only do I got these folks coming at me, then I got Lonnie coming. I'm like, oh hell no. And like again, I was not scared. I'm not scared of anybody. But I know what I said and I know what I didn't say. If anything, people was getting on, they were getting on me because I was taking up for it. So when you have situations like that, and those are the type of people that you can actually communicate with. You don't have to burn bridges with every content creator because not every content creator is bad. Not every content creator is wanting to take what you've been through or what you did or what they think you did and make it content. Not everybody is like that. And one thing Lonnie is very familiar with is people piling up on her at once. So she could relate to me. She's used to it. She's used to it. So I'm like, with Lonnie, I mean, how could you hate Lonnie? She could, like, to some people, she's like an annoying big sister, little sister. She's just Lonnie. And like somebody would say, she don't mean no harm. Lonnie just is crazy. But it's, it's a few people like that. And it's a few more. So don't think all content creators are people that are just monsters out there grabbing for content. Some of them are, and those that are, they're loud with it. But not everybody's like that, and that's what I had to come to the conclusion. There's some bridges worth burning, and there's some bridges that you want to keep open because you might have to cross over. It's some good people on here, just like it's some bad people on here. That's life. But I always go back to that old saying that you will hear me repeat over and over again. People, we all got to learn to start treating people like we want to be treated. You don't want nobody saying things about you, lying on you, doing all this weird shit. Don't do it to other people. I always been taught, hey Tamika, what's good? Leave people alone that ain't bothering you. Have y'all ever heard of that? Because it don't seem to be a thing on YouTube. It don't seem to be a thing on YouTube to leave people alone that ain't bothering you. That's something that does not exist. When you tell people to leave you alone, guess what they do? They keep doing it. They keep doing it because they want a response from you. They want you to get mad and all in your feelings and feel just as miserable and hateful as they do. That's what they do. Oh no, Rare Money, please. I got two of my sisters are first ladies. So no, no, no. I can't. I can't be a first lady. Shoot. A first lady pistol whooping somebody? I don't think so. First lady cussing somebody out? I'm working on that though. But yeah. Look, I don't want to be double-minded. But yeah, you just have to really watch what you do and how you do it, because like I said, karma has a funny way of coming around when you least expect it. And doing the things that trying to irritate people and get it hit below the belt for clicks and views, or because it makes somebody feels good, it's gonna come back to you. It's gonna come back to you. And it's gonna come back 10 times worse. And do you guys remember when I at the beginning of the year, I no, I it was sometime in one of my lives, I said, this is the year of exposure. A lot of people that people adorn or they really think highly of, and they are around here doing stuff. And this is not just on YouTube, this is just in life in general. This is the year, and next year is the year also of more exposure. There are going to be more people that will be exposed for their deeds, good and bad. More people. And there's going to be some things, people that you think have it good, and you're going to see how raggedy their life really is. From the celebrities all the way down to the hood folks. Hey, Juicy, what's good, boo? Oh, also, Juicy, I don't know if you would like to follow my, I call it One Accord. It's not the Discord. I call mine One Accord. I have started it on yesterday. So if you would like to be on that app with everybody that wants to join, you are more than welcome. I just need, if you would like to leave your Instagram so I could send you the link. And anybody else that would like to be a part of that, You are more than welcome. Mine again is called One Accord for the haters in the back. So you can and I will send you the link. Um just as long as you, if you want, send me your Instagram, and I'll send it to you privately. Yeah. You just have to be careful what you say on here because, honey, you just never know who's hiding in the bushes. And haters, if you're in the bushes, press the like button. You can't be a hater all your life. So, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of stuff going on that you're gonna see where people are going to, and it's not so much. It's gonna be like, it's gonna be a surprise. I'm just gonna say that. I know it because I really sometimes I can sense things before they happen. So for the good and the bad, people's deeds, what they've been doing, what they haven't been doing is going to be exposed, including me. I don't exempt myself from it. Like I said, it's good and it's bad. You're going to start seeing people really for who they are instead of what you want them to be. That's really what it's gonna be. And some folks are lousy to the motherfucking core. I mean, and I had to say that. I had to say that. I didn't have to, but I just wanted to. It just fit in right there. Yeah, they're lousy to the core, and they need to be brought to the table. Hey, Narc, what's good? And you're gonna see that. So yeah, it's gonna be exposed. And you're going to some of the folks you really thought highly of, and you thought, oh man, they cool, they seem like, oh, okay, you gonna see it for yourself. See, what you guys need to understand, the world around you is falling apart. And if you're so busy looking on YouTube and into the YouTube beef and the YouTube foolishness, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss what is actually around you and what you're surrounding yourself with. But see, things that's coming up, things in this world is about to get much worse. They're about to get darker. People are going to get darker. And I'm not talking about complexion. So for the people that want to lie and say I'm a colorist, I'm talking about the spiritual part of it is people are getting darker. People's cold, their love is cold. Basically, they don't have natural affection for human beings, other human beings. And you're going to start to see more and more of that. And when people are like that, what do? They try to destroy other people. But actually, at the end, they are the ones that's actually going to destroy themselves. And I was telling somebody today, they were saying that a person was really being vindictive to them and they're trying to move on and all this. And I instructed that person that just hold on, because life has a funny way of coming back to that person. And when it comes back tenfold. That means it comes back much worse than what they set out to do to you. That's how life works. But it doesn't come when we want it to come. So we can't be around here. I can't wait till this happened to them. I can't wait. No, live your life. Have fun. Keep doing you. Keep doing what makes you happy. Keep loving folks. Keep trying to be a good person, a decent person. But when it happens, it's not going to be on your time when it happens to them. It's going to be when they least expect it and when you least expect it. And when it happens, Don't be happy in it because it could turn around and happen to you as well. You take it for what it is and you just say, karma came through. So basically, burn some of these motherfucking bridges down. And as Garrett would say, motherfucker. I don't know how Garrett do it. I like his accent. But burn that motherfucking bridge down. And some of them don't, because you might have to cross back over. Guys, y'all be good to yourself. Be good to other people if you can. Yeah, Lonnie Garrett say, motherfucker. God, that trip, I laughed about that till I cried. I couldn't, I couldn't get over it. But yeah, just make sure you be good to yourself and other people. Oh, he from Alabama. Okay. Oh, congratulations, young Riez. Young Riez is doing what he does best, being himself. That's a blessing. I'm gonna shake my head and smile. Yeah, Angelo, Big Red, that's what we gotta do. We have to shake our head, keep doing what we doing, enjoy our life, and let karma, God, have its way. Thank you guys. Keep pushing as well. Y'all have a blessed weekend, the rest of the weekend. And remember, if nobody else don't love you, Selena loves you to Reese's Pieces. Y'all be blessed. Bye.